So what? Today we will be learning how to make a towel wrap. We want to make sure that we are getting the measurement for the upper bust, as you can see here with the yellow tape measure. You want to make sure that you are measuring around the body, and we want to make sure that that tape is above the bust and underneath the underarms. We also want to make sure that we are measuring for our desired length for this towel. I will start off with the tape measure an inch below the armpit and measure down the side of the body. We also want to take in account of the overlap material. Usually in the standard bath towel, we have that material that is going to start to wrap around us twice. That is the measurement that I need you to also know. All right, and in this video, that measurement is going to be around 6 inches. On to our numbers. The upper bust is going to be 38 inches. The Velcro is going to be 6 inches, and this is going to be the fabric that is overlapping. The vertical length is 26 inches, and the horizontal finished length is going to be 44 inches. Things we will need: fabric, elastic, Velcro, of course thread or sewing machine that's not pictured, scissors, and our pins. Alright, so the elastic. We are going to measure this elastic out to about 32 inches, and we're going to cut it at 32. How I'm getting 32 is because the upper bust measurement was a 38, and the Velcro, which is going to start to overlap us, is at a 6. So we're going to take 6 away from 38, and it's going to give us 32. I do not want the elastic to go all the way around me, because where the Velcro is going to lay, I want that to be flat as possible. So we're going to cut this out of 32. All right, so this was the yard fabric, and I cut it to 50 inches. Okay, at the top of this, I am going to make an overcast stitch here. This is the top of the wrap. It's the top, it's the top, it's the top. I'm going to make an overcast stitch here, and this is the side of the fabric that I did cut. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this over, and I'm going to make a zigzag stitch. Well, not this big, but I'm going to make a zigzag stitch right along here. Now this is actually going to be the inside of the wrap, so this will be the inside, and then this will be the outside. Now this finishing on this fabric is pretty good. I'm not going to fold this over and make a zigzag stitch. I could, but I'm not. I'm comfortable with this, and I'm happy with this finish, so I'm just going to leave it as so, and we are going to rock it like that. What I'm doing now is I'm trying to make sure that the elastic is centered. I'm just taking the Velcro strips that I have and just putting it against the fabric. What I'm trying to show now is that the way that the Velcro will go on when we're ready to put it on, we're going to turn that right side out and we're going to stick the Velcro on the outside. Now the part that is in my right hand, that's going to be the part that's closest to our body. So that's the way that the Velcro is going to go once we are ready to stick that on. We're going to take that elastic and we are just going to pin it into place. At this point, we have more fabric than elastic. What I'm doing here is I'm actually pulling the elastic back to make it the same length as the fabric. If you're not experienced, you can do this beforehand before you even get it set up in the machine to where you can pull the elastic and put the pins in. But being that I'm kind of past that point, I can do it and sew at the same time. So you'll start to see my fingers there. That piece that's about to get fed into the machine is already kind of stretched out. We want to make sure that we're not stretching the material if it's stretchy, because then it'll just be, everything will just be too big. So you just want to make sure that you are stretching only the elastic. I switched the camera to the other side because I noticed my hand was in the way. So this is just the same clip as before. I'm just stretching that elastic out to kind of match the length of the fabric. We are going to fold this over and we are going to make a zigzag stitch to lock in that elastic, and this is actually going to be the stitch that we are going to see on the outside of the towel. We want to make sure that we are leaving the space open of the part that is going to overlap us, but we are going to zigzag stitch the rest. So the part that's going to overlap us, we're going to keep that open, and then everything else will be zigzag stitch and it's going to be closed. I laid out the towel so I can get an even cut. The length is going to be 26, so I'm just going to measure the towel 26 inches. I'm going to pin it, and then it's going to get cut. Now, it may look like the tape measure is out of slant, but I promise you it was straight. It looks crazy, but I promise you it was straight. After we finish cutting this, we're going to go ahead and place a zigzag stitch, and that is going to be the hem of the bottom of the towel. On to the Velcro. You want to make sure when you're placing the Velcro that you are placing it carefully. I'm not sure if you ever experienced a garment that had some type of Velcro on it, and it was like rubbing against your arm or your leg, and you're like, you know, I don't know about this one. So we just want to make sure that we're placing it in the proper space. Hey, on to the next one. Do you remember the part that I told you to leave open for the Velcro? As you can see, it's going to stick on the opposite side. We want to make sure that it fits, which it should if we did everything correctly. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to sew this piece on. This piece didn't have a sticky tab in the back, so we're just going to go ahead and take it to the machine, and we are going to sew around the edges. After we sew around the edges, we are going to make a zigzag stitch at the bottom of that Velcro.